I'm currently riding a $500 moped across the entire state of Texas, and you might be wondering why. Well, it's pretty simple. My whole life, I've always dreamed of riding a motorcycle through the desert. An open road surrounded by vast emptiness, the sun setting in the background, it really just doesn't get better than that. The only issue is that gas is almost $4 a gallon. With prices like that, it isn't reasonable to trailer a bike to the desert, so I needed to find another way. Now, in theory, I could just ride my motorcycle to the desert, but with premium gas prices being even higher, it really just isn't feasible. You could just take your Grom. So that leaves me with only one option. I have to buy a moped, and I have to ride my moped 600 miles into the desert. I went on Facebook Marketplace and picked up the cheapest moped that I could possibly find, and for $500, I picked up this beauty right here. Before we do anything, I need to make sure that this bike is actually gonna make it there because I have no idea what condition it's in. I think the first thing I wanna check is the battery. It had some trouble starting when I test rode it, so hopefully I don't need a new one, but in case we do, it's better to know now. Now I should be able to use this multimeter and read to see if it's actually a healthy battery or not. I'm not quite too sure why I expected this multimeter to work, and to nobody's surprise, it didn't. But before I went to buy another one, I did a quick check on the rest of the bike. The limited maintenance record showed that the last known oil change was in November of last year. However, it still looked pretty good, so we won't worry about it. Okay, I've just finished poking around this bike a little bit, and it's actually in pretty good condition. Tires are good, front tire could be replaced, but it should be fine. Oil's good, there's no coolant, it's air cooled. I didn't know that, so now we know. The only issue is the battery. I don't think it's gonna last, because sometimes the bike cranks up and sometimes it doesn't. Other than that, we should be good to go. The front brake is practically not even there, but it stops. It's a lightweight scooter. Worst comes to worst, we can just drag the feet and we'll be good. The only other thing is storage. There's a few built-in compartments here and there, but if I'm going to travel 800 miles on this thing, I'm going to need to bring a few things with me. I think there's some more we could do. I looked online and you can get little top boxes for these things that can store some more stuff, but they're ridiculously expensive and they won't ship for another 2 weeks. So we're gonna take a different route. The idea I'm kind of thinking of is we use this pre-existing bracket we have back here and we get something kind of like this toolbox. We can set that on top of there and we should be able to drill some brackets into the bottom, some like saddle clamp things. It won't be a lot more storage, but it'll be definitely better than what we have right now. Okay, let's go to the hardware store. There were a bunch of options, but this one in particular stood out to me because it was only $14. Now, I will admit the quality was more like Tupperware than a toolbox, but whoever said a beach couldn't be a bathtub. But then I spotted the holy grail of Harbor Freight toolboxes. The only problem was that it had a much steeper price tag, and after a bit of internal debate, I made my final decision. I ended up going ahead and getting the bigger toolbox. It was a little more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. The other one was so flimsy, it's not even worth it at that point. And then I also realized that we have a multimeter at home. I was just looking in the wrong spot. So now I'm gonna make a quick trip to Home Depot, pick up a couple pieces of hardware that we need to secure it to the bike, and then after that we should be good to go. Now let me preface, I am not a handyman, nor do I have any clue as to what I'm doing, but I needed something that could secure the toolbox to the moped's mounting plate. So I kind of just grabbed everything that looked like it might be able to do that. Okay, we're back from the Home Depot run. I'm really hoping that these things work out. If they don't, we might be out of luck because the guy working there recommended to get these. I don't think these are gonna work because they are super, I don't know if you can tell, but they're really flimsy, but this was pretty much all they had. And to support that, if we do go that route, I bought a bunch of different like little screws. I don't know how all this works, man. I just know I spent $30 for things about that size. I am back from the store and I'm really hoping that I got everything that I need because to be honest, I don't have time to make another trip to the store. I'm leaving in about 12 hours. So hopefully we can get this thing on this bracket, but we will see. Okay. Are you seeing the vision? Be honest. My biggest worry is that the actual bracket is pretty short. It ends about halfway through the case. So we'll see. It's not gonna look pretty, but it's gonna work. It's gonna stay on there. I have faith. Okay, I have 3 of these little U-shaped clamp things. I have no idea what these are called. I'm gonna try to put one on the back and one on each side, and then we can use the other things to kind of provide some additional support. At least that's the plan, but we'll see what actually happens. The first logical step in my mind was to map out where to drill the holes. So using a Sharpie, I did just that. Okay, so I got the general outline of the bracket markered. I don't know if you can even see that, but now we just have to drill about 6 holes around that, and the first one should be good. With the toolbox marked, I can drill out the first couple holes to make sure that it works properly. Look at that. OEM. Now for the real moment of truth, let's see if this thing actually fits on here. After a few minor adjustments, we got it. And like I said, it's not pretty, but it works. Now the only thing left to do is begin the 800-mile road trip journey to the desert of New Mexico. We're officially on the way to New Mexico. This is probably one of the craziest things I think I've ever done. One of my less bright ideas. But of course I picked the day where wind gusts are up to 33 miles an hour. We've got, according to Google Maps, a 6-hour drive, but that's assuming we're going 75 the whole way, which we probably won't. I was so excited, I brought a throttle lock so I could just basically chill when I'm riding the moped, except for one issue. Check this out. I just realized this. See those death wobbles? But yeah, so the setup we got going right now is I have everything that I need on my bike, either in the seat or on that rack that I installed behind me. I opted not to bring a backpack. I'm bringing this, it's like one of those camelback things that have water in it, so I can stay hydrated on the road without having to pull over. Besides the test ride I did when I bought this thing, I have never ridden this bike before, so every mile or so I'm finding out new things that I can do with it. Let me show you this fun little trick I just thought of. Ready? Little scooter drift. These things are so dumb, I love it. Also, I haven't mentioned yet, but we do have a safety car, that black Corolla behind us, just in case, because if I break down in the desert on this thing, I'll just be honest, I'm probably gonna die. We're somehow stuck in traffic in what I thought was the middle of nowhere, but I guess it's not. We're currently in Weatherford. We're trucking our way along. My gas gauge shows that I have about a quarter tank left. And that doesn't make sense. I'm supposed to get about 100 miles per gallon, 90 miles per gallon, and it's a 1.5 gallon tank, I believe. I don't think the math is mathing. Hopefully that's inaccurate. Otherwise, we're gonna be stopping quite a bit. If it is true, that means that I'm going to be getting around 60 miles per gallon. But luckily, my gas is practically free. And not just because it's a moped, I mean, it's free. Let me explain. For the past few days, I've been using an app called TesterUp. Now, I've mentioned this app before, but it's about to come in clutch again. TesterUp is basically an app that allows you to get paid real money for testing apps and playing games. Let me show you. All I'm gonna do is head to the description of one of my previous videos and click on the link to download TesterUp. Once it's finished downloading, I can just open it, sign in, and then boom, I'm in. Here you'll see a list of all of the apps and games that you can test, and now you can pick which one you want to complete, click on it, and it'll show you what you need to do. Once you complete those tasks, you get paid, and that's literally it. I know it might sound too good to be true, but it actually works. In fact, I've tested a few games myself and I've earned over $80 so far. And one of the coolest parts is that within 24 hours, I can have that balance transferred into my bank account so I can use it on anything I want, like gas for the moped. The app is also completely free, super easy to use, and you can earn up to $80 per app test. It also has a 4.1 star rating on Trustpilot, and over 22 million people are currently using it. On top of that, anyone who signs up for TesterUp using the link in the description or pinned comment down below will instantly get a $5 sign-on bonus just for signing up. If you're watching this video on your PC or TV, you can also scan this QR code on screen up here and it'll take you to the same spot. So go ahead and sign up for TesterUp and earn yourself some easy gas money. And now, let's get back into the video.
What up, pimp? How's my safety driver?
I just realized you don't have gears or anything.
No, It's like a CVT transmission, so it's just go.
Not one gear, but it's just
right.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that great? I think my gas gauge is wrong too. Was that half a gallon? This might give the Grom a run for its money. The gauge is definitely off if it's really a gallon and a half tank. Oh yeah, I guess I can show you what we have. So I've got tire repair kit in here. I've got some random tools we might need. Screwdriver in case I need to access the battery. Change of clothes, rain gear just in case, and then ratchet straps because if the motor blows or something happens, we're gonna get towed by the safety car. We're gonna ride this thing to New Mexico.
We're back on the road, cruising at about 65 miles an hour. That's pretty impressive. Even though it's only been 50 miles, I've already found my two biggest threats. Obviously the wind, and also the instability of this moped. Oh gosh. The two of these things are practically a recipe for disaster, but it's too late to turn back now. I just realized we're passing through one of the towns that I filmed the previous video on where we explored an abandoned hospital. I didn't even realize that we were going to go through here, but that's it. That whole military base there is abandoned. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it at the top so you can go check it out after this. But that was a fun one. Okay, we are absolutely flying right now. Like, we are going so much faster than I thought. I was assuming that my top speed would be about, 55 all throughout this, but this thing is actually handling it quite well. Now we're just cruising through. I don't even know where we're at. Like, obviously now we're in the middle of nowhere, and my back is starting to feel it. It's not quite as bad as the Grom was, to be honest. We've also passed a bunch of dead hogs on the road. Like, is that, yeah, there's one right there, as I'm talking about it. As I continued maxing out the throttle, I knew it was only a matter of time until something went wrong, and this pretty much solidified it. I just realized my check engine light is on. I don't know what that means. I hope it's an error.
I have a check engine light.
You have one? Bruh.
Because I think the gas gauge is off. Like it's showing no gas. Would a check engine light come on from...
Unless you don't have a gas light.
I don't.
We've just crossed the 100-mile mark. 264 more miles until New Mexico. The scooter's doing great, aside from the check engine light, which I just talked about, but I don't know what it could be. The only thing I could think of is if it's like the gas or something being low, but it's not low. Follow me. I gotta show you one more thing that I have. My ultimate ability that I might pull out here soon. This bad boy right here. So this is a seat that you use at like golf events and concerts and whatnot. And it usually goes on the ground, but I had the great idea that I could use it as a backrest. And now imagine that throttle lock with the backrest. I mean, I can just kick it up, steer like this, all the way to New Mexico. And just like that, I've turned my moped into a recliner. Dare I say, a mo-cliner, huh? Anyways, let's get back on the road.
I can live off of this thing. Look at me, I'm self-sufficient on here. And I can put my bug rag as well as my phone back into my cup holder. Also, a little quick room tour while we're here. Show you around the pin. I got my cup holder, and then in here I have another little compartment, and I've got a portable charger. The only thing I'm missing is my phone mount, because I think I left it in Bolivia. But if I had a phone mount, like that could suction cup right onto here, imagine, like I could watch YouTube. Maybe it's a good thing that I don't have that, because that's not the safest idea. We've made it to another town. These towns are so cool because they're all really old. It looks like something that was built in like the 1800s. It probably was. I think I'm gonna try to push it to the next town and then we'll take another little breather. Oh shoot, I will say the gas prices are much better. It's $3.52 right there. Okay, un problemo. My power just cut, like absolutely cut. Did it just turn off? It did. Let's assess the situation. No bueno. It just like cut, like the power. I don't know if it got hot.
I got a gas.
Maybe. Thank you, thank you. Bone dry. This thing is a gobbler. Thank you, sir. We were almost to the town too. Some bad timing. How far have we gone since the last fill up? I'm gonna say 50 miles.
68.
Okay, that's better than I expected. Maybe because I'm wide open throttled the whole time. We just did our first roadside fill up of the trip. Hopefully the last one too. That scared me though because my power just completely cut out and we are on a random road in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So hopefully we make it to the next town so I can fill up my extra gas tank.
Little did I know, this was just the beginning of my roadside fill-ups. We'll have plenty more to come.
Okay, now the actual moment of truth. Let's make sure we can start up here. Come on. Let's go. I think we're literally like 2 miles away from the town as well. Correction, it was actually 1 mile into the town. We just made it. I don't see any establishments. I really hope we can at least find a gas station. If not, some food and a gas station. There's a gas station, a Subway. Not quite what I'm wanting. Let's see if we can fill up here. $3.89. Hey, that's better than at home.
We went ahead and topped off the bike as well as filled up the spare tank. As for the food, the options were rather slim, so we headed to the next town. Of course, with another small issue.
I just realized that my check engine light came back on again, and there's no way I'm out of gas. I know for a fact.
With very minimal tools on board, I decided to do what any professional mechanic would do. Ignore it. I'm putting all of my trust in the moped. Get it? Moped? Penthouse? Moped? Come on, that one was good.
The land around us is starting to get super flat, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. I still have my check engine light. I'm still ignoring it. I'm still hoping for the best. Okay, time for gas again. This thing is on my nerves, man. This 50 miles per tank, that's nothing. Good old $500 moped. Cranking a few out? Man, that looks like some dirt. We need some more of that and we'll be good. On to the desert.
Eventually, we made it to the great town of Snyder, Texas. I actually have no idea if it's great, but when I saw these golden arches, I classified it as such. You know what they say, when in March, hit the arch. Once we finished our 5-star meal, I made a shocking discovery that should have been made, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Hey, I've got some bad news. We just realized that the place we're going might not even be a desert at all, and we're about 2/3 of the way there. So what we realized is that based on the season is what the climate is like, I guess, something like that. I don't understand. When I looked at Google Street View when I was researching this place, they had sand and a lot of sand. So hopefully when we get there, they'll have sand. I don't know how their seasons work, or what to expect, but that's what we're working with right now. Hopefully we have some sand so I can achieve my dream of riding in the desert.
Guys, I'm spotting something exciting. If you look on the horizon ahead, I don't even know if you can see it on camera. There's some of those mountains that the deserts have. I don't know what they're called, but they like go up and then they're flat on the top and then they go down. But I see a few on the horizon. We're gonna get there. We're gonna do it. I was losing hope. There it is, out there in the distance. The desert exists. This was now the 9th straight hour of riding a moped. And as you can imagine, we came to be very bored. So we found a new source of entertainment. All right, I'm full speed right now. Here I come. Oh, frick. Full tuck. Full tuck. Okay, yeah, we definitely stayed at McDonald's a little bit too long. I'll admit it. We're closing in on it, though. I think we're 15 miles away. I'm not going to be able to really ride through the desert, though. We're going to have to do that tomorrow morning.
All right, we just completed our last fill up of the night, or should be the last fill up, but who knows with this tank. And now we are on to the border. That should be the next stop. I might go no backrest just to see what's happening. Authentic scooter experience. Also, peep this. Ready? Peep it. Scooter wheelie. I almost looped it, I won't even lie.
All right, to New Mexico. Guys, we did it. We did it. We made it to Mexico. We made it to the New Mexico. We left the old one in the past. We're at the New Mexico. All on my own, on my little scooter. No help or outside assistance from anybody at all whatsoever. Nobody to hold my camera gear or my tools or my food or my drinks. None of that. I did it myself. I made it to Mexico. Hey, 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 hey. Right here, right here. Mexico. We made it to Mexico. This has actually taken so long, so much longer than we thought it would, but we're here. Hoorah. The next morning, we began our search for the perfect desert road. And as it turns out, the Chihuahuan Desert is quite literally the Chihuahua of deserts. And by that, I mean nothing exciting and low-key at the bottom of the totem pole. That being said, I'm not done here. Maybe we just need to push further west, like Arizona, or maybe Utah, or maybe even the old Mexico. I guess we'll have to find out.
No one can tell me who I should be, how I should